Hey guys, it's Christine with Indigo Wings. I know it's been another minute since I have been able to do a video. It's just kind of a crazy time of year. My kids have tons going on, and now I have all three of them in elementary school, and so there's just a lot happening right now. And I'm even pressed for time right now on this reading. I have to run out of here for a doctor's appointment and then out to dinner, and it's but I really wanted to get this done. So what's interesting is that the reading that I have for you today, I did a mini reading for my followers on Instagram and in my private group, and because I had not connected for so long. And because I did that mini reading, I felt compelled to do a full reading for this video. So I'm gonna be kind of rushing for time purposes. But I'm glad that I did this because it is very similar to this what I did yesterday. It's also reflecting a lot of information and readings and things that I'm seeing that are out there with other readers. So I feel like there are definitely some shifts and changes that are coming up for people, particularly toward the end of June. I'm feeling like we're going to see some changes and things around the summer solstice. So just something to keep in mind. If I don't think I've done this spread in a while. So on the left side I have the Divine Feminine. On the right side I have the Divine Masculine. I do cards for each, and then we do crowning energy, grounding energy, and then the energy that each is bringing to the reading, and then I pull some oracle cards at the end. As always, with any reading, take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not the reading for you. That's okay. There are a lot of people who are watching these videos, and not just my videos, but other people's videos, and it's a general reading, and so it's not gonna fit for everybody. So with that said, and if you decide that you're interested in having a reading with me, if this reading resonates with you, make sure you check the description box below, and you'll find all of my information down there. So the first card that comes up for the Divine Feminine is Heal. And this is actually, it wasn't this card that came up in the reading I did yesterday, but a similar card. And something has recently happened with the Divine Feminine, and this happens a lot, but the Divine Feminine has recently been faced with a situation where she's been triggered, and something is coming up that she needs to look at. Whatever this is something that keeps coming up over and over and over again. And I feel like for many of you out there, this is finally an opportunity to break free from whatever the cycle is that you have been in with this particular issue, whatever it is that needs to be healed. I feel like this is a really big opportunity for you to do some major healing and releasing around this issue, because notice the person in this card, the chains are breaking. They're breaking free from the chains that have been holding them back. And so, whatever it is that you're going through, you may be feeling like, ugh, again, why am I going through this again and again and again? But that's part of how this process works. You kind of just have to peel back the layers of things to get to the core of whatever the issue is. And it's, unfortunately, by experiencing things multiple times is how we, kind of progress further and further until we finally get whatever it is that we need to learn with that situation. So that is where the feminine is. The masculine energy is reach out. And I totally don't remember at all what card. I don't think it was related to this, but that's not important. So reach out. There are some divine masculine who are going to be reaching out to their counterparts. Then I'm also getting that, there are some that may not actually reach out, but it's definitely something that's on their mind. They definitely want to. They're thinking about it. Why they're holding back, I'm not 100% sure. I'm feeling like, I'm getting things like excuses. Like I'm getting things like they think that they have valid reasons, but they're just kind of excuses because they're in fear of how they'll be received when they reach out. For those of you, but so this is definitely though, the divine masculine is definitely thinking about the divine feminine, wanting to connect in some way, whether it's in the physical and an actual contact, or whether it's something that's more spiritual and, you're connecting maybe in a dream state or meditation. That's something that they're definitely thinking about. And the clarifying cards that I pulled here, 3 cards came out, and I feel like some of these divine masculine, we have the Ace of Fire. I feel like some of them might be there's a new opportunity or new beginning or something happening for them, and I feel like they might be using whatever this is for them to use that as a reason to connect. For some of them, they legitimately have something new coming towards them. Maybe something exciting is happening with them for their job. They're getting a promotion. It's something where they feel like they are moving up in the world and they're really excited about it. And they're wanting to share that with the divine feminine. They're feeling like very, I don't want to say macho, but they really feel like, I want a pat on the back. Like I feel, and they feel worthy of, hey, I can reach out with this. And I feel like for some of these divine masculine, they haven't felt like they were worthy enough. And so this is a really big thing for them. And then we also have the Two of Fire. The Two of Fire is about moving forward. And, what I'm getting with this card, in addition to the, the new opportunities, that, it's confirming what I said. I think for many of them, things are going well for them. They're moving up in the world. They're, and I don't want to say like social status, but they feel like they have something to offer that they maybe didn't have before. And, so for some of them, I feel like for some of them, they feel like they are ready to move forward and they have a chance to move forward. And then the last card that came out is the Page of Earth. The Page of Earth is, pages are messengers. So again, we have the confirmation that there will be people getting messages. But the Page of Earth specifically is about messages about financial good news. So again, I feel like there are some that will be using some sort of good news to be the reason why they are contacting their feminine. The next card that comes up for the feminine is Shine. And whatever kind of category you fall into, whether it's, one that's being contacted, or whether you're, just doing your own thing and you're healing, you are in this place where you just are existing, and you're not forcing things. I feel like a lot of you in the past have really been trying to push things forward, whether it's, in other relationships, whether it's relationships with the divine masculine, and you're just kind of like letting you, whatever is healed in you, it's brought you to this new place where you're more peaceful. And I feel like for many of you that brings you some of the happiness that I feel like has maybe been eluding you. And the clarifying card is the 5 of Fire. And what I'm getting with the message I'm getting with this is that I feel like so many of you are going to be finally letting go of like the little details that have been preventing you from having this peace. And like I was saying, where I feel like so many of you were always in the past trying to force things to move forward before they were really ready to. I feel like with this card, you're finally letting go of those details and those competing goals that were driving you to kind of try to force things to move along before they were really ready to. The next card that comes up for the divine masculine is Giving and Receiving. And to me, this is a card that is kind of taking a look at, I don't want to say equality, but, making an effort in being more equal and more balanced in the effort that's put forth in not just the contact and relationship with the divine feminine, but I feel like he's looking at other aspects of his life and other people that he interacts with on a regular basis, and kind of figuring out, where is it that I really want to invest that mutual giving and receiving effort so that I'm not feeling like I'm putting forth so much effort with certain individuals. But it's almost like he's having this realization that, oh, if I feel that in certain situations, there's a lot of people who probably feel like that in certain situations with me. And I think he's realizing that some of those people are people that he genuinely cares about. And so I'm not saying you're going to see major changes or a turnaround or anything, but there's definitely going to be a consciousness about that, an effort, and just trying to, what do I do? How do I approach this? How do I take a look at this? And the next card for the divine masculine is Rebuild. And this card, it's interesting to me that this card's coming up because the reading that I did yesterday, I spoke about foundations and about the need to have a strong foundation before you can move forward in a relationship. Because if the foundation is not solid, if it's not strong, it's just going to continue to fall apart. It's just going to crumble over and over and over again. And in this Rebuild card, this card is also known as the Tower. You have the lightning striking the foundation. I feel like there are many masculine energies out there that are having this epiphany, this realization that they have to start from scratch. They have to start over, and they have to start from the bottom and kind of rebuild that foundation, whether it's a foundation of a relationship, whether it's the foundation of themselves. It's going to depend on the person, but they are going to be having some sort of major realization that is going to, affect how they move forward with things. And this isn't the first time that the Divine Masculine's gotten the Rebuild card. And I don't think that for many of these Divine Masculines, I don't think it's the first time that they've had an epiphany along these lines. But there's something that feels a little bit different about this one. And the clarifying cards that came up, we got release. So this card it's the end of a situation. This is a card about spiritual transformation. It's the end of a cycle. So, I feel like there's something that is being wrapped up. There's some sort of cycle that is being finished for a lot of couples that are in this dynamic. And pretty soon we're coming into a time where it's time to move on from this particular cycle. We have the Knight of Fire. And so whatever this epiphany is, whatever this is, it's going to be something that a lot of thought is going to be put into things, but it's going to be a very swift moving, fast energy. And the events that take place from this may be very quick and sudden. But then the final card that came out here is the Four of Fire. 4 is a number of stability. And you can't have stability unless you have a solid foundation, right? Like a structure is not stable unless the bottom of it has been built correctly and is solid. And I feel like whatever is being moved on from, whatever is being closed out, this rebuild, this epiphany, the moving on, it's going to take you to the Four of Fire energy where, it's a good place with peace, abundance, joy. For those that are, have families, it's going to be a happy family life. Projects that you're working on are going to be completed and completed successfully. Like it's a very good overall energy. For the feminine, the card that comes up here is love. And so this card is the equivalent to the Lovers. Sometimes people see this card as union. For some of you, this could be a coming together or reconciliation, like some sort of energy along those lines. I don't think that's going to be the case for everybody, though. I so wish I could come on here and say, I feel like the whole entire Twin Flame Collective is going to come into union. That's just not true. It's just not going to happen. But I do feel like this is pretty reflective of where the Divine Feminine is going to be, because if you are not in a place where you are reconnecting with your Divine Masculine or coming together with your Divine Masculine, I do feel like there's going to be somebody that you have this balance with, that you're coming together with. It might be you. You might be coming into balance with yourself, and that's a beautiful place to be in as well. But I do see I do see a lot of people coming together with somebody. So whether it's reconciliations, whether it's new love, take it for what resonates with you. Clarifying cards here, we have the ego, and then we also have the world. And the message that's coming across to me is that when you are able to move past the thoughts of feeling trapped, when you are able to move past your negative and fear-based thoughts and focus on your future and focus on the things that are ahead of you, focus on yourself, then you can have the world. Everything is available to you. All the possibilities are endless. And the world is, joy, contentment, gratitude, and it's the completion of a cycle. So good things coming up for the Divine Feminine for sure. The crowning energy that's coming up, we have trust, and then we have win or lose. And both the masculine and the feminine, moving forward, you got to take that leap of faith. You're going to have to trust. And what's holding you back is this unknown. Is it going to work out or not work out? Win or lose, I don't know. And, you never know. If you let the fear of the lose hold you back, you could be missing out on your dreams coming true. So, which energy are you going to allow to rule you moving forward? Are you going to let trust and take that leap of faith rule you, or are you going to play it safe with win or lose? The clarifying cards that come out here, we have awakening. So this is, seeing things from the other perspective. So some of you might be in that win or lose energy, afraid to trust, and you take a minute. This card is about a temporary standstill. You take a breath, you take a minute, and you refocus, and you look at this from other perspectives. You look at it from all angles, and maybe you see that it's worth it to take that leap of faith. We have the Six of Earth as well, and this is a card of gifts and things working out. And the gifts could be money, it could be time, it could be effort, it could be anything. But this is also a card that reminds me of balance, because you have the scale here and it's being balanced out. So, I feel like a lot of you are in that win or lose right now because you're still in a place of healing. When you get to the point that is right for you, you will be able to look at things from a different perspective. We have the throat chakra and as the grounding energy, and what I'm getting from here is that both the masculine and the feminine need to be very clear in their communication with each other. They need to be authentic with the things that they're saying. They need to be honest. They can't hide things from each other. You cannot hide things from your divine counterpart, from your divine connection, whatever you refer to it as, whether it's twin flame, soulmate, or you don't use any of those labels. You need to be authentic. You need to be honest. You need to be open. When you're not, you block the energy. You block the ability to be able to come into union. And so it's really important to be honest and open and authentic. What is the Divine Feminine bringing to this reading? We have darkest fears. So I believe for a lot of the feminine, you are working through overcoming your darkest fears, and that's in this healing process. And the clarifying cards that I pulled out here, we have the Knight of Air, which is things that are happening very quickly. And so I feel like whatever happened with what triggered you, it was something that happened like all of a sudden, like it was quick and you were like, what just happened? And then you needed to take time to sit with it and think and and really mull over how to move forward. And then we have the Six of Fire. The Six of Fire is all about victory and good news. And so that is, moving into that shine energy of being able to just be and to be able to move forward and knowing, not succumbing to those darkest fears, not falling into that dark place. And then we have renewal. Renewal is about reviewing and evaluating things. So just like I was saying, taking a look at, what your fears are, what needs to be healed within you, and working on those things. And this card is also, it's, potentially moving in a new direction, which is good. If we're talking about your darkest fears, moving in a different direction than your fears, you're healing. And when you heal the things that you need to, things are going to start coming together the way that you want them to. And then for the masculine, he has Just Breathe. This card is a 4, so number of stability. And I think that deep down, that's really something that the divine masculine is yearning for. They want stability, and I think it's something that they have not felt for a very long time. The cards that come up here, and with this Just Breathe, I was about to talk about the clarifiers. With this Just Breathe, I feel like this is the divine masculine's reflection process and thinking about kind of where he's at and how to move forward basically from where he's at, because I'm feeling like there's many of them that want to right something that has happened. So we have the Seven of Fire. So initially, whatever has gone on with the divine masculine, they feel like defensive about it. Like they feel, and it might have been like an argument between you or a conversation between you where, maybe they felt attacked, and the divine feminine was not trying to attack, but the divine masculine took it that way. And so they felt very defensive and, stood their ground and maybe came across as very inflexible and difficult, maybe obstinate, stubborn, but then they kind of were like, maybe I should have chose my battles on this one. Maybe this wasn't really where I should have put my foot down. And then we have the Four of Water. The Four of Water is missing an opportunity. It's discontentment. It's, a need to open your eyes to the possibilities. And I feel like the divine masculine is feeling like they missed out on something, or they are missing the boat on something, and they want to fix that. And then we have the Two of Air. I feel like there's a lot going on in their life, and because of that, they are just not, they're feeling kind of stuck, like they can't move forward, and they don't know how to make the decisions they need to move forward, and so they're kind of like, well, I'm just gonna pretend that this problem doesn't exist because it's too much for me. So that's the overall reading. Here are the 2 oracle cards that came out. We have Speak the Language of Love. So this card is loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. So, the message here is, no matter what you're going through or no matter what's going on, try to remain in that space of, positive words, loving words, try not to fall into that negative vibration, because that's only going to bring you down. And then the last card that we have is be present, be in the present, and dream of the future. And so the biggest takeaway that I get from this card is, try not to lose hope. Try not to lose faith. I think that sometimes that can be a really easy thing to do on this journey, because it can be so frustrating, and there is a lot of self-work and a lot of inner work that we have to do before we can see any of the stuff that we want to see in our realities. And a lot of the work that we need to do requires us to take a really hard look at ourselves and see things that maybe we don't want to see, or admit things we don't want to admit, you know, like really like sucky stuff sometimes. You know, and that can be tough, and sometimes we can give up, we can lose faith, we can lose hope, we can want to give up. And with this card, that's the biggest thing that I get from that is, you know, don't give up, don't lose faith. However, be present where you are currently. Be present in your current life, in your current reality. You know, don't get stuck in the past. The past is the past. Move on from the past. But be present where you are. That is how you are able to be joyful and feel joy and happiness, and, you know, experience the things that we're all desiring, and, you know, keep the hopes alive for the future. So that's what I have for you guys this week. This reading, by the way, I don't think I gave the dates. Today's June 6th, so I'm going to say June 6th through about maybe a week or so, week and a half after, because I'm definitely not going to be able to get a video up this weekend, and I don't know when I'll be able to get one up next week because I am packed solid with stuff. So probably for about the next week and a half, and I'm trying to think what the dates are. Probably till about June 16th, so for about the next 10 days or so. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope that you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you all soon. Take care.